सहना भवतो सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Om, may He protect us both. May we both enjoy together. May we both exert together. May our studies become brilliant. May we not become disputatious and hate each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. Welcome everybody back to the Bhagavad Gita classes. How are you? Fine. Excellent. Our teacher, whenever I used to go and meet him, used to always ask this perennially one question. Are you studying? After that, he would never ask you, how are you? How are the children? How is the husband, wife? Nothing. Are you studying every day? If my answer is yes, I am studying every day, then he need not ask further at all. That means life is going good. If I say I am not studying every day, then there is no use asking anything because there will be trouble and trouble. So either way, just one perennial question. Are you studying every day? Answer should be yes. Should be yes. Continuously. So what do you do? Whatever last class, what did we do? Mahi sarvani karmani sanyasya dhyatma chetasa nirashi nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigatajvaraha. Give up all your actions, renounce all your actions to the higher ideal, higher goal in life. Let the intellect rest on that self, the supreme reality. And while functioning in the world, what should the mind do? It should not run ahead. Hope. For hope, it should not run excitement of hope, excitement of result. Nirashi, nirmamo, no attachment to the past. No attachment to the past, no ego, and no hope. Hope in the sense I told you, you keep a target and just keep on moving, but don't get the craving for the result. So when you have that, you are all right. And in the present, never have a feverish excitement of doing things. The attitude should be, don't worry, if you don't do it, somebody else will. It's all right. You're not indispensable. So that attitude is impossible. The next question that comes usually is, fine, now I would love to dedicate all my actions to the higher. But sometimes, sir, even when I'm dedicating the actions to the higher, I still end up getting agitated because naturally you have to look at the results sometime. Many people say, this is my duty, that is my duty. What is my duty? I have no idea. The society says this is what a daughter should do. The society says this is what a daughter-in-law should do. A mother should do. A mother-in-law should do. A husband should do. Wife should. All the duties are so-called regulated to everybody. And everybody should follow accordingly. Nobody can do other than that. Otherwise, there will be chaos in the society. That's what Arjuna's first chapter is dedicated to. If you fight, if there is a problem, if adharma disappears, then there will be chaos. So here, what kind of action you are supposed to do? Which is your action? For that, the subsequent verse is picked up. Now, this is a very, very important verse because the whole Bhagavad Gita talks of only this. The first word of the first verse of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is dharma, dharma kshetre kurukshetre. And the last word of the last verse of the last 18th chapter is mama. And the whole Bhagavad Gita is sandwiched between these two terms, my and dharma, my nature. So to find out what my nature in the sense of at every given point of time, what I am supposed to do. That's it, as simple as that. At any given situation, what am I supposed to do? Somebody heard Jesus Christ talking and preaching and saying that God is the Almighty. Father, thou Father in heaven, He is Almighty, and there is nobody bigger than Him. So people took Him to then the king, Caesar, and said that, you know, my Lord, the great Caesar, this man is saying God is bigger than Caesar. Because he said God is the most almightiest of all. So he is bigger than Caesar. So Caesar asked Jesus, is it true that you said that God is the Almighty? And then Jesus' famous line, render unto Caesar that belongs to Caesar, and render unto God that belongs to God. The respect due to the Caesar, give it to Caesar. The respect due to God, give it to God. He never said, yes, God is bigger than you. Otherwise, he would have been beheaded then and there, and his work, his mission would have left incomplete. So in what situation should you do your dharma, and what is your dharma? And that is indicated here beautifully in these two concepts of Swadharma and Paradharma. Once you understand Swadharma and Paradharma, life becomes so easy. Seriously, life becomes very easy. We'll just do this verse. I'll just chant this verse. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Swanushthitat Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha Paradharmo Bhayavaha. Shreyan Swadharma. Better is Swadharma. Vigunaha. Without any merit. So better is Swadharma, one's own duty, though devoid of merit, you're not getting anything out of it. Then Paradharma, better perform. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Swanushthitat. Better it is without merit in Swadharma than having a very meritorious life, a successful life in Paradharma. So I'll just explain to you what is this Swadharma and Paradharma. It's a huge concept. If I start on this, basically 2-3 classes are less. So I'm just compacting it and getting it in a small frame. Swadharma is very simple. Swadharma is that activity which I love. Agree? Swadharma is that activity which I love because it comes naturally to me. So when I do any activity saturated with love, because I am enjoying it, if that be the thought, I am enjoying, therefore I am doing it. Then when out of sheer enjoyment you are doing any particular work, you are really not bothered about the result or the effect that is going to come. You may see the result just to check whether the action you had performed was correct. That's all you do with the result. Otherwise, that it is not matter at all. The result does not matter. So when any action springs out of love, I love it, therefore I do it. Then you are not bothered about the result. When you are not bothered about the result, you are not stressed about the result, about the effect. When the result comes, you are not comparing your result with somebody else. When you are not comparing your results with somebody else, you are mentally more peaceful and calmer. The mind is calm. it's serene, it's no more agitated. When the mind stops looking outward for results and what others are doing, and it's calmer and not agitated, then because there is no noise in the mind, the intellect is more available to really study the higher values of life, which makes one person happier than what he is. So the intellect is required and it is available for studying the higher purposes of life. As you study the higher purposes of life, you come to know that whatever is happening in the world is of temporary nature. And the content of this world, has no pith or substance. Just as now, while I am awake, I understand that the dream world, what I lived last night, has no pith and substance. Then, like a snake's deadly fangs removed, the world is removed of all its agitations and stress. It loses its power to hurt you anymore. When that happens, you have realized in every moment this should happen. Therefore, first step is Swadharma. What, and this we don't have to do much. Find out what do you love. Now, the most famous question which everybody is asking, whenever we talked about Swadharma, everybody, how do you know what your Swadharma is? Because I am interested in 10 things and all 10 things look very alluring to me. Very, very alluring. So what is my Swadharma? How will I know? You don't know because you are still listening to the outside noises. It's impossible you will not know when you are quiet. Therefore, get back to study, get back to reflection, and find out that one talent which is unique to you and you only. All the people, majority of people in India can make dal. Others can make dal. But there's one person who can really make it so beautifully, given the same ingredients. That may be your talent. So your talent can be as similar to the other person, but whether you are fulfilling your talent to the fullest capacity by that divine principle which has given that talent to you. All my job while I am living till the last breath is to fulfill that talent. Whatever be that. So find out what that talent is. This is Swadharma. So Swadharma leads you to a higher plane of conscience. When you come to Paradharma, Swadharma, what is the cause? The cause of action is I love it, therefore I do it. It has nothing to do with the world. It has nothing to do with the so-called idealistic principle or practicality of the world. Paradharma, the starting point is what are they getting when they are doing something? The starting point is that it is not about love. It is seeing the effect, what the other person is getting. Seeing the car, what the other person is driving. Seeing the house, a palatial house where that other person is living. Showing off great amounts of wealth and gold ornaments and vagara vagara, whatever it is, and looking at them saying, I want to become like that. So when we were children, we used to actually ask, at least people used to ask us, what do you want to become? And we used to say, I want to become like Shivaji Maharaj, brave. I want to become like Vivekananda. I want to become like Gandhiji. I want to become a doctor. Why? Because, I will become a doctor, I'll go abroad, I'll study, I'll come back, and then I'll go to one village of India and make a free hospital in my father or mother's name and treat everybody. You see this? Everybody, all children talk like that. Then, 20 years back or 10 years back, I want to become a soldier. I want to become a doctor. I want to become an engineer. I want to become a fireman. Something where it's service oriented. Now you ask them, because of the influence of parents, now you ask them, what do you want to become? They just say, I want to become rich. Now the cause, love, is not there anymore. Now the instigating part of the action is the effect. Once you focus on the effect of what should the result be, you have lost focus on the action. This is Swadharma. Swadharma is, sir, I don't like this. I don't want to do this, but what to do? I have to pay the bills, na? Karna padta hai, sir. I have to do it. You have no idea. You people, for you people, it is very easy to talk. Because you are not in the world, na? You are somewhere out there. Like we are mad people. But we, practical people, we have to do many time compromises. Then do the compromise. Who said no? But come back to your Swadharma. Come back to your area of interest. I know a person where they start something and they go somewhere else. After 10 years of educating themselves and working, building a capital, they move on to their area of interest. So many examples, IIT graduates who have given up their jobs in America and England, and they have come up and started farming. Hydrophobics, they started farming area, and they are earning much more than what they would have earned before. Focus is not on earning, remember. Focus is on what is my interest. Paradharma is you're looking at somebody else outwardly, and that person has X amount of result. Therefore, I should also do it, and you also do it. I want to get into shares, buying and selling of shares. Excellent, good. Will I make a lot of money? Are you interested in it? I am interested in making money. You will never make money. Those who are interested in making money will never make money, because whenever they make money, whatever amount they make money, it will always be less than what they have anticipated. Every time, one person was there, actually, they came to us and they said that we don't have money at all. We are in dire stress and no money at all. Big building that person was staying. And what to do? We have children and we have got these responsibilities. I felt so sad. He said, okay, we can give some money. So you give a check of 10,000 rupees or something. So, no, sir, we don't want. You said you don't have money. A lady saying, no, sir, you don't understand what is going on. Actually, when I feel I don't have money is when my bank balance goes below 2 lakh rupees. When my savings account bank balance shows less than 2 lakh, I feel I don't have money. This is the condition. Whatever you have, you'll never have enough. In Paradharma. Why? Because you are married to the result, and the result is fluctuating based on everybody else. So you are comparing yourself with the whole world about how much somebody has. While walking, you are walking. That villa is beautiful. That you are passing a bank. You're looking at the bank and saying, my God, there must be so much money na. Are bank mein paisa nahi rahega to kahan rahega? Why are we looking? So in Paradharma, we are looking everywhere. This is not my nature. My interest is something else. But I have to do it due to some compulsion. In that movie, Three Idiots, they have compared it very beautifully. That one character, I think so, it's Ranchod Das Chachad, that one character is doing because he loves it. He studies, why? Because I love studies. Simple. Simply go to any class and sit. What difference does it make? I want to learn. That was I. Second, wanted to be an engineer. Why he wanted to be an engineer? Because the father forced him to become an engineer. His interest was wildlife photography. Third person wanted to be an engineer. But why he wanted to be an engineer? So much fear of pressure that so much he has to earn so that he can get settled his sister, take care of the old parents, all that pressure on the head. Show me one person who's doing his or her work without any pressure. That is the reason any activity you do when you are spiritual, there is this beautiful quality of utsaha. Utsaha means enthusiasm. That happens in Swadharma. Paradharma, no enthusiasm. Motivation will not be there. So when I am doing Paradharma, I am result oriented. When I am result oriented, the result is never commensurate with my efforts. It's always less. Whatever I get, it's always less. When that happens, comparison goes and grows. I am constantly under the gun of agitation and stress and tension. The mind, instead of remaining calm, is like this. When the mind is like this, the intellect loses its capacity to think. When the intellect loses its capacity to think, there are no higher values to live in life. There are no further information, no further education, no text towards going towards self-realization. There is nothing higher. I'm constantly cribbing about the lower. Such a person eventually will get destroyed. That's the whole thing. So if I do Swadharma, Shreya, even without merit, I am doing because I love it. But sir, it is not applicable in the world. It's very idealistic in nature. Doesn't matter. You do. It may remain idealistic for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. You continue doing because you love it. While I am doing Swadharma, don't look back and say, what am I getting? You just do because you love. Am I getting respect? Chances are not there. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, doesn't matter. Even without merit, without recognition, you fix up a higher goal and move on. When Mahatma Gandhi came from Africa to India, train as soon as he landed, people were asking, so what are you going to do? In that Gandhi movie they showed, Richard Attenborough. And Gandhi says, I have come here that I'll give it a try to free India from the British rule. And there were these 2 British officers on the bridge and they were laughing. I say, one simple thing, man. And he's saying, I will free India from British. What a dream. It happened. And not by Gandhi's dream. 10,000, 10 million other people also dreamt the same thing. Nothing wrong in dreaming. Dream big. But when you are dreaming big, your ideal should be, you're so convinced about that ideal. So convinced that nothing shakes you. Ramatirtha, he wanted to do something with his life. A poor boy, you see his story, read his story sometimes, poor boy, and he loved mathematics. He had enough money either to buy bread or buy a little bit of oil to light the lamp so that he can study further. At that time, Ram Tirtha, he called himself Rama. So he said, at that time, Rama used to forego the food and light the lamp so that he can study further. Without sacrifices, it's not possible. So even if the world does not recognize this, you have to be convinced that what you are doing is right. This is the way knowledge needs to be imparted. Your only mission in life, I'm talking about us, is to see to it that everybody starts thinking of their own head and not about what people want them to think. Use your head, use your intellect. And once you start using your intellect, your life is gone. It's become superb. Gone in the sense, become superb. It's not destroyed. It's become beautiful because now you have started thinking. Even without merit, when the world doesn't understand it, you don't get respect, still you follow your Swadharma. Paradharma, even though you are successful, don't go for it because that's not your nature. You may get everything you want, and yet internally you will remain as empty as ever. A beautiful example of Paradharma is a person who's interested in race car driving or flying jets when the person, he was a child, and that person was put into some other field of activity because the father was doing something else. The child did not have an option to go anywhere else. In fact, the child did not fight for anything else. It just followed because easy money was there. So it followed whatever the father did. And now the child is a famous businessman. I don't want to name for obvious reasons. The child is a famous businessman. He's got fleets of cars. He's married. He's got 4 to 5 children, but he's married 4 times. He is just constantly living life dangerously. He smokes, he drinks, he does drugs, he does everything. And when you ask him, why are you living this life? He says, what difference does it make? Someday I have to die, it doesn't matter. At least I'll not have any grievances. So when you are doing Paradharma, when an activity which you don't love, why do you want to do it? Why? It's a simple question. I don't love my wife. I don't love my husband. But sir, Rena Parth, why? When there is no love, what is the compulsion? What is the compulsion? If you are in love, you stay for 100 years. Who said no? That should be love. There should be genuine concern for the other person. This Paradharma will not have that. Paradharma focus will always be, what is the result I'm getting? And they may get everything. Huge cars, huge benefits, everything. But constantly irritated and agitated. I have seen ample examples in my life. In the Three Idiots, it's that Chatur, the same thing. I'm not interested, just result oriented, that's all. Swadharma, where you are doing action and you not bother how this world responds. Absolutely. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha, without merit. Paradharma Swanushthitat. Swadharme, so sir, but the result is not coming when I'm doing the right action according to my talent. How long should I wait until the result comes? Because we have to be practical. We can't be just stupid, no? Doing the same action again and again and expecting a different result. Okay, I am interested in this, but it is not working. The world doesn't know its value. So how long should I do? 1 year? 2 years? 3 years? Because after that, I need to sustain myself. I need to do something. I have to pay the bills. And I got my wife and I got my children. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Swanushthitat. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya. It is better to die in Swadharma. Paradharma Bhayavaha. Frightening. While you are doing Swadharma, what you are supposed to do because of your nature, and you're doing it, if death also comes, you are enjoying it. Doesn't matter. So what? Who doesn't die? Everybody dies. But I don't want to die every moment here. Oh my God, every day is a drudgery. Our teacher says beautifully, Swamiji, he says, in foreign countries, there is this concept, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Because holiday. After Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. So thank God it's Friday. Vedanta, who's studying, there should be TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. I can act again. When you are looking for action, looking out for action, you're just interested in putting your capabilities to the fore, expressing yourself to the best of your ability. Shreyan Swadharmo. This is, and the best example of Swadharma, which I keep on saying, is in that book, Iron Rand by Fountainhead, Howard Rook. That boy was interested Please read that book as a textbook, literally. It's great when you read it and you see the benefits of what Swadharma Paradharma is. When he is standing right there to jump into the water below, the first scene itself, he sees these huge mountains of pillars of stones and rock. And there he sees that what he can do to create different buildings and structures. He wanted to become an architect. Ultimately, he became also. So much fight, so much fight. The whole society was talking about how not to build. And he was talking about this is the way I'm going to build. In fact, when he's rusticated from that college, Stanford College, I think so, and the principal thinks you can come back again because your designs were very bad. You didn't go for these vernier types of decorations, but mathematics and engineering, you were good. So everybody told you, you have to leave now this in 2 years. You have been rusticated, but I'll tell you, you can come back. He said, no, it's my fault only. I should have left long time back because I'm not going to gain anything out of this education. How dare you say that, says the principal. And he throws some diagrams. And this is what diagrams you are going to build buildings? So Howard Rock says, yes, I'm going to build this. He says, who will let you build these buildings? The principal says. And Howard Rock looks up, 22-year-old boy, looks up to the principal and says, that's not the question, sir, that who will let me. The question is, who's going to stop me? That is Swadharma. Who's going to stop me? I want to do this talent, and I want to showcase it. I want to do it because I love it. Khatam. Better to die, because when you die, then you are dying happy. Like the Terry Fox's example I said. Today, if I die now, I die happy. How many of us can say that? There are so many people, the great preachers are there, who died on stage while talking. While talking. The great master used to say, never live with your chappals on. Live with your shoes on. Wear a t-shirt, wear a track pant and get out. Don't laze around, move. You should die with your jogging shoes on. Constant activity. That kind of fun, that kind of enthusiasm is what he's talking about. Swadharme nidhanam, it is better to Paradharma bhaya, frightful. Why frightful? You are doing somebody else's work and you are not enjoying also. And whatever comes out of it also, you are comparing with somebody else. Again, you are not enjoying. So you are not enjoying while working. You are not enjoying the results of it. You can only enjoy one thing, is showing off to the society what all you have acquired. And the society's attitude is, wow, it is so beautiful, very nice. And they go off. Behind your back, they'll say something else. Why should you bother about such people? So remember this, focus always on Swadharma. When you are doing Swadharma, you will never land up in trouble because you'll always remain happy. Your vasanas will go down. Your talent, what are you made up of? The three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are made up of the three gunas. Sattva, you are the self. You are not made up of anything. But when you don't understand you are the self, then you misunderstand yourself to be the body, mind, intellect, and made up of the three gunas. So the three gunas are sattva, rajas, and tamas. If the sattva is more, rajas is less, tamas is less, then you become a teacher because you can understand things better and you can explain to them better. Anybody for that matter. That quality. Then second quality, when the rajas is up, sattva is a little down, and your tamas is a little up, then you become a warrior class. You fight for what is right. You fight for what is right. And you fight against those forces which are wrong. This is exactly what Arjuna was doing in the Mahabharata. He was fighting against Kauravas, standing for righteousness. When sattva goes down below more, and rajas goes down more up, and tamas goes more up, then you become a businessman. Businessman means vaishya. What will I get? What will I get? Every time the thought will be, what will I get? Constantly nagging. If I do this activity, what will I get? If I do, there is nothing else other than that. This is vaishya, business person. When we have a mala, we are wearing a mala, academy mala. So when we have that mala we are wearing, one of the friends of mine, old time, he used to come and tell me that, what is the cost of this? I said, I don't know. We charge, the ashram charges around 300 rupees or something. Each bead is, say, 3 paise. There are 100 beads. So imagine it is 300 paise. That is 3 rupees. And the mold in between, whatever we are having, the Ganesha or what, that mold may be around 35 to 40 rupees. So I tell you, the total cost of that mala, including the mold and the beads and the stringing, the strings, the wire between it, all include, cannot be more than 50 rupees. A Vaishya, where money is concerned, this person knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. They know the price of everything. What is the cost of this? They know. But value, zero. When tamas becomes more, rajas becomes more, and sattvic quality becomes extremely less, then the person's intellect is not functioning much. Grasping power is not much. Then what they have to do? They have to do simple routine actions. Simple routine actions every day where they don't have to think more. And they actually belong to the labor class. Labor class, why I'm saying this, labor class is not because they are at the lower strat. Don't get me wrong. Labor class means there are rich people also thinking about what will I get today. मैंने कितना profit बनाया, crores of rupees, but they are talking about हमने कितना. So every day they are talking like that. They are also at that level. Based on these gunas, I have some duties and responsibilities. I will do all my duties and responsibilities. So if you are in a family, do justice to the family. If you are taking care of your parents, do justice to that. If you are doing anything, please do justice to all that without compromising on what you are supposed to do in life. Remember this. You do all the so-called duties and responsibilities which are created around you as much as you can without compromising on what you are supposed to do with your talent in your life. And when the struggle becomes too much, there is a force within me, says Vivekananda, to express myself. And there is a force in the world which stops me from expressing. There is a constant fight between this inner expression of mine and the outer expression of the world and its duties and responsibilities. And the more the inner expression is suppressed and repressed, more I am agitated, stressed, and tensed up. And the more the inner expression is expressed, more I am happy. And you know what? A secret I'll tell you. The more you express yourself from within, the external duties and responsibilities also give its own charm. You'll not leave anything. You will do them much better, in much more peaceful way. Better. One option is, I am doing all my duties and responsibilities and I get agitated and stressed because of people's expectations which are never met. Second option, I am enthused with my life. I enjoy my life and therefore I am always happy. and all my duties and responsibilities to the near and dear ones spring from this happiness from within me. First concept, agitation, stressful life. Second concept, the highest you'll reach. So this, we'll chant this verse again together. It's a very beautiful verse. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharma swanushtita swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. So we have a choice of taking the second verse. Should I take? I'll just read it once. Okay. This is chapter, we already got it. Chapter 3, verse 37. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyena Miha Vairinam. Arjuna is asking, when I know, see how an important question this is. Before this, he is asking, okay, you are saying this is Swadharma, this is Paradharma, but what is the power, oh Krishna, when I don't want to do something, yet I am pushed to do that thing? What is that power? I don't know. Okay, I know what is right and what is wrong, but I am pushed to do things which is wrong. And what is right, I know, but I'm not able to do it. Like Duryodhana's dialogue I told you. Janami dharmam na chami pravritti, janami adharmam na chami nivritti. I know what is dharma, but I have no attraction towards it. I know what is adharma, but I can't stay out of it. So this is the question of Arjuna. I am not interested in certain activities, paradharma, then what makes me do it? And he is waiting for Krishna's answer of, oh Krishna, tell me, what is it? Is it my father? What about my mother? What about the society? Because they keep on pressurizing me to do certain things which I don't want to do. What about my teacher? What about my government? What about my social status? What about my peers? All these people, maybe they are responsible, right, for me doing something wrong. Otherwise, I would not have done it. Krishna looks up and gives this beautiful verse. Kama Esha. It is not any external factors. No external factors. It is only Kama Esha, your own desire. And Krodha Esha, your own anger. It is desire, your desire. So the whole idea is it is introverted. Nobody in the world can push you to do something if you don't want to do. In spiritual parlance, they have this quotation. They say, if you are interested in growing into a better person, but see, when we use the term becoming spiritual, self-realization, break it down to a simple fact. My today should be better than what it was yesterday. As simple as that. My today should be better. So all spiritual evolution comes to that. My today has to be better than yesterday. So when you, so 10,000 horses, if you are interested in growing into a better person, cannot drag you out of this field of activity, out of these lessons of values. And if you are not interested, 10,000 horses cannot drag you into it. That is the power of your mind. So when we say that person forced me, it's impossible. That person hurt me, it's not possible. What is it? The cause is inside you. We'll continue next time. Please ask more questions. Oh.